Neon Esports versus Talon on the docket. That'll be our first game. Cast away even ends up south. Meanwhile, topside Bombi is going to be the first blood. Burning away to the dash. It's actually going to be at the bot side. Yokum gets cut down by Ken. What Lina was before the flame choke sort of got introduced and found on. It was a bit more of a theme item. TP into the mid lane. Chuan getting set up on Ken. This is the help that he needed, and he's gonna get that kill. This is not part of the plan, even though the Viper's doing well in the CS.
It's such a low committal hero when you're fighting on these towers, just because of that crazy attack range. Pair that with the swap as well, it's cool.
Set up onto Akashi, Arena Spear. This is what we're talking about. Too much burst for Faceless Void to handle. He's maxed out the Empower instead of going for the early Skewer and the Shockwave build, which is usually used at this time to secure more kills in lane. Oh, Arena catches him right on the start of that Skewer, and he doesn't stand a chance. Just as we talked about WS, it's almost like we reminded Neon, deal with him, and they absolutely do.
And to be fair, Echo Saber doesn't feel too good of a build-up when you're behind like this anyways, so I guess you're kind of screwed.
A little bit of an awkward go there. Ken missing the initial slight change, but the bots, so much damage. They'll get the chrono onto Bombi and spear back, holds back the Faceless Void for now. A beautiful swap, buying a bit more time for that tech piece, and an RP onto the Mars. Meanwhile, Akashi is dropping low. He's desperately trying to survive, and it looks like he'll be fine. Yet he gets the timer off, and Ken isn't able to connect. One last little fleeting Remnant, the auto attack. The poison damage is enough. Chuan cleans him up, and despite Talon heroes being so low, they got what they came for. Talon. They're feeling uncomfortable if they need to take a fight again without those tools. Still aggressive forward, finding Ponyo, Spear, and Rebuke. It's so easy for JG. Just picks that one up. Chuan, you gotta watch yourself. Swapped into the arena. That's not where you want to be. He's still standing his ground, though. Very, very tanky on the Viper and starting to rip away on the Mars. Meanwhile, the rest of Talon have come through and found CDR on the backline. JG, he's burning down to the poison, and WS, one auto attack is all he needs. No, make it a shockwave. Time dilation will actually be the one getting the last hit, but Castaway and the gang, they've gone a bit too far. And Talon, even though they don't have the ultimates, it's a beautiful delayed wraparound to catch Neon with their pants down. Double kill for Akashi.
Man, it's kind of crazy. JG was so close to a Blink Dagger. At one point, he had like 1,800 gold.
Yeah.
He didn't commit for it.
Oh, they spot Castaway. I don't know whether this is how deep they want to come in. Swap back as well. Uh-oh! Daniel reveal! Ripped apart! That's not the thunder that you were looking for, Ponyo! Now starting to get run down as well as Ken chains them all up. Body blocks another. These two supports don't stand a chance. And Talon, they come a bit too far forward. This is why you can't breach that area all willy-nilly. Where was the Viper in that situation?
You've got something to potentially stop the swap if you get onto Castaway. But it just doesn't feel like it's good. It might be a little bit too late.
WS getting aggressive on up here in this jungle. Beautiful blast off of Bombi. He's starting to lay the trap. They're gonna start exploding, but he's a bit too deep now. Finger of death. We'll finish him off. I say that. Provis and a ginormous one. It's actually the Viper and the Chikiro who goes down. Beautifully played from Bombi. He knew exactly what he needed to do in that situation. This Mars actually rushed the BKB, but didn't even the pass to a They're just feeling so far ahead.
It's timed up with the enemy's BKB. So, what's the point of your Orchid now? Like, what is it doing for you?
The tricky thing is, it kind of feels like with this early Magnus pick, they kind of neutered it a bit here. So my hold that thought. Let's set up for the BKB. Immediately, JG runs straight into the RP. I don't think that's what he wants. Ken in some trouble, and he's actually going to go down, but they might get the return kill. Yep. Magnus doesn't stand a chance. Swap back as well. Easy onto Ponyo, but they're actually on the other side. They've already set up and found Chuan. Too slow for his own good, and the poor hero can't fly away from this one. CDR with a double kill. Exactly the one they're invading right now. Oh, this could be the worst possible timing. No, they're all so low. Swap back Akashi. He has the BKB available, but doesn't want to pop it just yet. Finally forced to WS. Already going down for the last touch. Finds him with a slide. Perfectly done from Ken. And Akashi has to turn around for the chrono and try and escape. But Ken's hot on his heels. The defender's gate will actually keep him safe this time round. There is decent team fight from Neon, but so far they've been the ones on the front foot, able to get the initiation with Bombi as well as confident swap. RP pulling the Lina back straight into the mix. She might just fall before she can pop anything, but the BKB, can she get out of here? Doesn't look like it. Akashi's found her, and now JG, the walls will protect him for now, but in some trouble. Ken caught by the Chronosphere. Is it enough damage? That's what the swap is for. Gets him out of there, and he's still doing so much work. But Akashi already finishing off 2 members and another skewer. Talon, they found the miracle team fight that they needed, and it's all off on CDR, showing on that wave. Bombi makes the ball as well, and the only survivor is JG. That was as good of an execution as you could have asked for.
A ward. Like, this ward is giving them so much vision.
Oh, no, CDR. Oh! It's a good guess, but it's not the one that counts. The Lion looks to be going down here, caught up by the Gleipnir, and the Laguna gonna finish him off. It's time to retreat, Talon. This is no longer the fight you want to have. As here comes Ken looking for a punish. Gets Hubert back for now, but that's what the BKB is for. Onyo, he's desperately trying to back his team up, but Chuan, boss pop the cheese. Where's Akashi in this fight? He's on the back line trying to 1v1 CDR, but I don't think you have the damage all on your lonesome. They'll try and turn it on the JG right now, but CDR, he just brings too much damage. Turning around with the Skadi, working down the faceless void. No more time off for you, that's the first life. Talon, off of that failed chronos here, are just crumbling here. They just managed to get an advantage for what feels like the first time this game, and just as quickly as they got it, they've thrown it all away. 5-man team wipe. Okay, no, not that. WS is still alive, manages to sneak his way out of trouble. The fate of that fight on that chrono, it almost felt like even if they missed it, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. Surprise! But there's little complete on the Mars as well, so amping up some of that physical damage on some of these targets. Not the highest armor units in the world. Ken. Stuff here. Still has a BKB to use if he chooses to, and forced to commit it. And now he wants to turn around and find some action. Or maybe just back up. 84 seconds without that important tool though. It's gonna inhibit his means of taking the fight. WS jumps into a whole minefield, but he gets what he came for, fishes out the Mars, and the finger of death finishes him off immediately. Mars buys back. This Aghanim Scepter though could go over to the way of the Lina, allowing her to get that flame cloak uninhibited movement. Very useful. It's just a matter of if they want to set up this fight. Smoke up Neon. Lightly WS, pulling back CDR up onto the high ground. This is what you wanted. Has a second life this time around, but the blink forward from JG holds them in place, forcing the BKB out. Ken has that back up and is starting to encroach onto the Talon members. CDR, he's not stopped though. Chuan just melting. Akashi can't even get the time walk off. Where did he go? Chuan forced the TP out. He has not been able to do a thing this whole match. As the faces void of the Lion crumble, and they don't even lose the first life of the Lina. Yeah. I mean, the one sort of thing you're playing for is the lack of BKBs on the side of Neon, but just how much can you do on Chuan? The reactive taser with the shot of Bombi being so annoying, just disarming Viper in that fight. Swap back as well. Still forced him out the LSA, but he's in trouble when it is HP go! The police! The last bit of damage! CDR finishes him off. They kill off Castaway, but he has that Aghanim and swaps back Yokum straight into his own death. You're gonna have to buy back on Chuan here, try and work down at least that bench illusion. All you're getting is an illusion. You haven't even gotten the main carry on his first life. And hell, you might not even get Castaway. He buys back just to refresh himself. What a stylish play here, steering them back. A bit of miscommunication, but it's not gonna matter as WS just gets melted apart. Forced to buy back. This is the last stand for Talon here. But at this point, it doesn't even seem like they have the legs to stand on the RP. Where is the follow-up? They're holding on to the buyback from Void. This could be the chrono that they've been waiting for. 4 members of the side of Neon grouping up, and they still have the second life. Castaway has his second life as well. You just can't work through them as Akashi gets splattered like a damn fly. And the buyback finally comes through, but there's not enough damage, there's not enough control. They're just getting CDR machine gunned apart right now. As Ken getting a bit too over-aggressive, diving the fountain. It doesn't look like Talon are ready to give up just yet, but they might be forced to tap out. Bombi able to E-blade himself and keep himself alive for now, but Akashi should finish off. Once that taser's done, it's so annoying. And GG is caught. You can't even kill the techies. And Neon, what a stunner of a game 1 up against Talon.
4 or 5 minutes, 6 minutes comes around, these techies rotations are going to be huge. Yeah. Right, securing these runes, as long as Storm is on level 6, the rotations are going to come in hot and heavy from techies.
Yeah. For now though, Ponyo has a tall task, and that tall task is actually pressuring out this duo. They're doing a pretty good job. Are they?
Yeah. Yeah.
For what it's worth, maybe he goes for an early Midas or come back out front. Real aggressive here, but just keep the one that we talked about, the Night Stalker coming in. Yeah, this is what we were saying. Chuan, he needs to die here. It's a beautiful blast up on the tree though. Yokum, lifesaver, gets Chuan out of it, and JP, slowed down by that residual upheaval, is only going to be able to get Ponyo. So Chuan keeps his life intact, but there are 4 members of Neon here, and they could continue this aggression. And I don't know, that's a really big cooldown. Oh, this is a way bigger kill. Chemical Rage level 1 does absolutely jack against that. Bobby coming to the twin gate. Looks like Night Stalker is on his way as well. It is daytime with no dark ascension. That's the Chrono trying to get more than just WS here. With that silence, he's not able to get the arena off. They are forced to retreat. They need to get Swan though to slow up the solar bind. It is so crippling for this Dragon Knight. What can you do, Ponyo? The swap back, Chuan. He's surrounded by 5 all of a sudden. They brought the full squad and they want more. Ponyo in some trouble. And this is where the Warlock looks the weakest, when he has no one in front of him. Yokum gonna go down as well. It's a double kill for Ken and Neon. They strike hard.
For a while, they were sleeping on it.
It was the gunner in Triple. That was crazy. Oh no, he blinks, shows himself. They're straight onto Tron. They saw that animation and they're gonna make the Dragon Knight pay for it. In comes the blast off. Onto only one because Ken just dodges it perfectly. There's the rock finally, first one of the game, but it's not enough to save his ally Talon. They're dropping like flies right now. It's a Chrono to break things up, but CDR, he's just beating them up right now. WS can't even get the last touch on Ken as the Storm Spirit escapes. Akashi runs into the madness, but he is just gonna get bashed down if he's not careful. CDR finishes him off, and it's gonna be a team wipe. WS limping away on the last bit of HP as he'll survive, but they even clean up the golem for good measure. WS at least gets Ken. It's a mega kill streak, but disaster of a fight for Talon then. Okay, there's the smoke out. You can tell Talon, they want to make something happen. Right there to meet them, to catch out in the mid lane. Onto this Dragon Knight again, and no way of saving him this time round. You don't even have the rock just yet, and Ponyo, he's just gonna get worked out by CDR. No Chrono, but he's still here to play. They lay down the bombs, but he's just gonna get whacked down by the Faceless Void. He doesn't stand a chance. JG on a killing spree.
Right, Talon, they really felt forced to take some sort of fight there because they popped the dragon.
Not even over just yet. Now JG is absolutely dominating all over the map. This Night Stalker performance coupled with his bars from last game, he's really leveled up since the last time we've seen him, and he's become this presence that his team really needs. He's not done just yet. He's hungry for more, and man, JG is looking good. He's looking. Oh, Tron has the blink out.
Pretty free. No, not quite. I was gonna say Mars is gonna respawn and they got it back away. This shouldn't be a free tier 2 tower, but it could be a really good fight. They have Chronos here up.
It looks like a free Dragon Knight right now. Ponyo needs to play interference, pops down that rock, but it's not really a teamfight counter initiation that you want. Leon can just fully retreat. They'll be able to get the spear back onto Bombi. It's a good catch from WS, but he would love to get a second hero hunted down. 1.5 minutes more onto nighttime, and I really like this pickup from the Night Stalker, right? The sharp, just to be able to just get that reset in the fight. In lane, Ken just makes good work of WS. That's the problem of getting the blink first. Akashi looking for action here. They start to toss up onto Castaway. That'll be a sacrifice of the bench, but it's a beautiful Chrono onto 2. And you don't have a rock, you only got a Night Stalker running in. What can Tron do? Nothing but watch. Similar scenes to last game as the entire side of Talon crumbling all around him. As he's gonna be the last one to fall. It's a team wipe. And Neon, they're absolutely cleaning up shop here in this game number 2.
Man, engagement. Well, it's down, well, it's daytime as well. Then you have the potential to take some fights.
This is exactly what we were talking about in the draft, and exactly why Ken felt so confident to pick the Storm Spirit. You imagine you're like a Warlock, and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna cast Upheaval, and the Night Stalker or Storm just looks at you. That's exactly what's happening right now. I dare you to cast the suit right now. Your turn is the one yourself. Oh, Ken, stop done. Dude, this guy is vicious. They're just continually going forward, finding kills. It's been non-stop since what feels like the 10-minute mark.
Okay, we're gonna see another time on the side of Dragon Knight, but I'm still worried, right? What is this Orchid gonna do this game?
Not the Orchid conundrum against Swan. He's gonna try and catch out Ken, but a bit too tanky with Sergeant Kaya and WS. You don't have the BKB yet, my friend. They're just gonna get wrapped up and killed off Ken. He's still fine here because he has the Aegis. Swan desperately needs to try and get away, but he's stuck to the ground because of the solar bind. Yeah, forced to pop the BKB right now. Yokum trying to turn around and commit onto Ken, but little do you know, he's already skilled up. Thanks to Bombi on that Keep of the Light. They won't even look at the technique as he dies. They got bigger fish to fry or dragons to slay. And healed over to the ground. Ken with a triple. Even though they preserved, it felt like they knew, right? They knew they can't afford to lose one, sacrifice both their spots for it. But then JG is just like, okay, goes back off, kills L. And that just ends up as disaster to the Allies would be. Now they're setting up a Ken. You can't disjoint that unstable unfortunately, but he'll be just fine. He's just saying, he's like, you got it, Ken. You got so much damage, brother. Now Talon will come through, almost feels like a last hurrah type of fight, but you're running into JG, who already has the freaking field set up around him. Media pop on BKB, and oh no, the chrono on the 3 gets him through all of them, and they just get disintegrated in an instant. The GG's gotta be called at this point, because even though Akashi stands, it won't be for long. They'll hunt down the Alchemist. You can't get any gold if you're dead, my friend. That's been the story of this game. Killing him off over and over. First game